I'm Kristen Henry King, and you are watching Kristen Keeps It Real, where I help stuck actors become unstuck. In today's episode, we're going to talk about how you can shoot your own branding shots and headshots with an iPhone 12 Pro so that you can get your marketing tools right and start sending them off to casting directors and agents alike. So let's get after it. Okay, so in this episode, I've enlisted the help of Elisabeth Donaldson.
Hi.
But you can go and follow her at Elisabeth Donaldson, where she is constantly giving tips on how to do things. I especially love her selfie school. Okay, so let's put the ring light, have it so it's coming, it's like ring kind to your side, but a little bit out in front. But on the opposite side.
So one of the first things you want to do when you're trying to recreate a photo from a magazine or a promo shoot that you really like is look for the light source. The thing that makes the difference in photography, and one of the major things that makes the difference between a photo that looks more amateur and a photo that looks more professional, is the lighting. You'll notice that a lot of times stars, especially actors, have that kind of like movie star glow. And you can achieve that by having the lighting come from one side. Like if you have the light, to just the center, like just off center, or coming to create shadows so that you'll have some features of your body and your face highlighted while other places will stay more shaded. It really brings out the contour of your face and the shape of your body and really is going to make the photo pop. And it's also something that in the editing, you can really increase those highlights and play with the tones and the textures to make the photo look really beautiful.
Now that I've picked out the looks that I want to do, I'm going to go on my nuuly, because you know how much I love rentals, and I'm going to pick my first shot. Okay, this looks similar. Then we're going to do look 2 in the gold dress. This is the closest I could find to the Tessa Thompson shot. And then the third dress is going to be a cross with Tracy Ellis Ross and Tessa Thompson. Natural, happy, and fun.
What I'm seeing as the left side of your face has a really nice shadow on it, so it brings a little more drama and creates something that we can play with in editing. And then your cheekbone, like when you're kind of more profile, which matches more profile, you have this really nice illumination.
So one of the reasons that you want to do a FaceTime headshot is A, it's low cost. B, the photographer is going to assist you to angle your body, move things, adjust the light. They're going to have that extra knowledge. They can coach you through the session and really help you achieve that look that's just a step above what you might have the knowledge or ability to achieve yourself. One thing that I experience very often, both in myself and when I'm dealing with a client during a photo shoot, is people will have a tendency to get very tense in their bodies. It's really common for your jaw to get very tight. It's very common to get stress in your neck, for your lips to get tight. So a couple techniques that I do with clients and that I do myself when I'm on a shoot to release tension is every couple shots or every few shots, you just want to open and shut your mouth, like, really, and sometimes you can massage in here, in this part of your jaw, and just kind of release that tension because it is going to build up. Another thing to think about when you're shooting a shot with a photographer or with yourself is you want to create dynamic shapes within the photograph. And I always tell people, you're working within a box, and so you can create different shapes within that box. Like you can see the way that I'm doing this right now, this isn't the best photo, but it creates a shape. Or when I bring my hand across here, suddenly we have a diagonal that breaks up the shape. You can step back and do these sorts of things. You're creating different shapes. So whereas this is sort of like, okay, this is just straightforward, you can do different things to create diagonal lines in the photo and various lines that go across. So you just want to think with that when you're posing and with your clothes, and experiment things like, grabbing your neck or looking to the side or tipping your head up. And you're going to learn as you continue to take your own photo what angles look good and what poses look really good for you. But it's just always good to experiment and sort of keep it light, like play, make sure that you're fluid in the pose. And the editing apps that I love to use are 1, the editing tools that are already built into the editing function of my iPhone. 2, PixArt, which is an app that has so many cool tools. But specifically when I'm editing these, I use the beauty tools to touch up any blemishes, do some very, very, very light smoothing. You never want to overdo any retouching because it's just not a very cute look. And I also use an app called VSCO Viscacam, which has great ways to edit the tones and the contrast of your photo. And the things that you really want to focus on to sort of take it up a notch, and also if you're taking your photo with a front-facing camera, the quality isn't the best, so there's a couple tricks that you can do to improve the quality. One of those things is if you overall on your iPhone, if you denoise the photo, it's going to smooth overall, and you just want to do that just a little bit. You're also going to want to turn up the sharpness and the clarity of the photo, but you don't want to overdo it. You just want to bring it up a couple points and then play with the tones. You can add warmth, you can play with the shadows, maybe take some shadows away, maybe add some shadows, maybe add highlights, take highlights away. It's all a matter of like playing with each of the buttons and tweaking things just a little bit. You really don't want to overdo it because when you overdo it, it looks amateur and unprofessional, but just little tweaks here and there to really improve the look and feel of your photo. And finally, I always add just a tiny, tiny, tiny bit of grain. So when you add grain to your photo, you don't want to overdo it and make the photo look totally vintage or ultra stylized. But if you add just a whisper of grain, it's going to take away that pixelation that usually comes through when we're taking a photo with our phone, specifically with a front-facing camera or a FaceTime photo shoot. So then you have your edited photo, and you can put it out on social media into the world. And sometimes they even work as really great thumbnails for casting sites. And I think all of these things are really great because it saves you money and gives you an opportunity to have content while you're saving resources to build content.
After graduating from a mini selfie school with Elisabeth, I decided to try this on my own. Now, I was realizing I was having a lot of lighting issues in my front yard because the sun was very sharp. And then I lost the sun, and then I decided I was going to do it on my deck and be at the top so that the trees would be in the back to kind of give the feeling of the green grass inside Tessa Thompson's shoot. Now, the thing I love about the Tessa Thompson shot is that it shows power and sexiness without trying too hard. Like here, I'm trying so hard. And I think that I'm getting stuck a little bit from my modeling days when really I'm just trying to put on this persona like I'm the shit. I know I'm the shit. And I can make my clothes look badass. About 30 minutes and several hundred pictures later, I finally stumble upon the one that would work the most. So Elisabeth took that photo, edited it, and added some grass in between, and voila, here it is. Now this shoot was a little bit more tricky. A, I was by myself, and B, I could not find a place where there wasn't a bunch of different light spots on my face. As you can tell right here, I'm trying to get that vibe of the flowers behind Tracee Ellis Ross, but it's just, the sun is just too harsh. And Elisabeth wasn't lying when she said there is an art to working with fabric and flowing it around. I literally could not get it out of my face. I definitely had quite a few fails, like that one. But eventually I did find a spot that I liked. And then I decided to bust out the gold. See, fell down. Okay, balancing it. Okay, gold, balance. Okay, and we're back. And right here, I kind of like the way the gold looked because it put this glow that was kind of ethereal, which I was going for. I definitely wanted something that was a little less serious. And then eventually I got the shot that I wanted after several shots that were okay. I don't know if they were worthy of being a headshot or promotional materials, but I did finally land on this one. So now I didn't have Elisabeth's help on this one. I had to edit it. Oh, it was really hard to whiten my teeth. Oh, that's too white. Anyway, I used PixArt, and there's so much to do just in the free offering that they give you that I was a little bit confused. I probably need like a whole day working on it, but I was just able to put a quick filter on it, see what I liked, and finally get the picture I wanted and saved.
If you've watched my episode on headshots and what to wear, then you are tracking with what I'm doing. Who is going to be your inspiration for your own branding photo shoot? I really want to know, so comment below. If you're watching this and you're struggling on how to get paid work as an actor, don't worry. I have written a guide for you right below. You just need to type in your email and you will get that book for free. I'll see you next time, guys. Have a great week.